World of Nabeeda is a channel focusing on personal and professional development, where we talk about how we can grow, glow, and live our best lives. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, World of Nabeeda. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 questions that you're going to be asked now that we're slowly coming out of the pandemic. A lot of companies have started asking some of these questions to really understand how COVID has changed the workforce, and they want to see how you responded to it to see if you'd be a good fit for the company that they have. Basically, there's a bunch of different questions you might be asked, but these 3 are the ones that I've seen kind of popping up based on my research and conversations I've had with different people and recruiters in the industry. So the first one, a lot of times recruiters or employers will want to know what you did during the pandemic. Like, how did you cope with that situation? In this instance, they're not really trying to just understand any skills or any extra qualifications or any other things that you might have picked up. They generally just want to know how you responded. This is a great opportunity to talk about, again, any of the hobbies you might have picked up, but also if it has been a difficult time and you haven't done any of those things, this is an opportunity for you to be completely honest. So you can tell them, if you did have a difficult time, how you coped with it, how you found the entire situation so far, and how much you're looking forward to things being back to normal, and that's absolutely fine. This is a chance for you to build a human-to-human connection, and you shouldn't be afraid to just be completely honest about how that time has been for you, because as we all know, the pandemic has hit people in very different ways, and there's been different experiences for different people. So be kind of completely comfortable to be able to say, you know what, I had a really crappy time, and that's okay. I got out of it, and this is what I'm doing now. Don't feel like you need to be boasting about any hobbies you've picked up or skills. If you have, great, talk about them, but if you haven't, that's fine. We were in the middle of a pandemic, and you should be able to tell them that you didn't have a great time, and that's okay. Number 2, the other question you might be asked is going to be around the virtual working world. They might ask you questions on, how did that go for you? How did you cope with that? And all of those things. Again, really talk about how you coped with that. Be really, truly honest, but also talk about it and say in the sense of this was because we were in the middle of the pandemic. Because a lot of times companies ask this just to understand how you will cope moving forward while working from home, because that is going to be kind of, a lot of times it will be the new reality for a lot of the companies. So feel free to really talk about that. But at the same time, if you did feel like you didn't, if you weren't as productive as you normally would be, really talk about the fact and caveat it with the fact that you were in the middle of pandemic. So you could say something like, I was trying to be very productive. However, with isolation and lockdown, all of those things, sometimes it did become a lot more difficult. However, since that lockdown has started easing and I've still continued to work from home, I have been even more productive. Or actually, I do prefer working from the office. If that is something you prefer to do, then please do let them know and be very open and honest about it, because the reality is this is going to be part of your experience. So if you do prefer working from the office and actually this job is completely work from home, really do consider the impact that will have for you, because if you're having to work from home completely when you love being in the office, then is this the right job for you? Really consider that, because that's one of the reasons they ask that question, to see I guess kind of how you would deal with that, or would this work for you or would this not work for you, and vice versa as well. So if the company is completely working from the office and you prefer working from home, be completely honest, because you don't want to go into a situation where you're not going to be happy. Number 3, so companies might ask you how your company is or has dealt with COVID-19. Now, a lot of times this can turn into an opportunity for you to vent and rant about your company and be like, oh my god, it was so crap, they did this. Please don't do that. I know you want to be honest and you want to tell them some of the stuff your company did, but at the same time you want to be very diplomatic about it. So for example, I don't know, if your company didn't lock down completely and your company was you still have to come in, you could say, my company's response was that we were going in because we wanted to ensure that we're able to provide full service, and they felt that we're more productive in the office. However, I feel like my productivity is a lot higher when I'm working from home, and this is why blah 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 blah. So be honest, but at the same time, don't like hate on your company. Like, don't say bad things about your company. As I've said in a previous video before, never hate on your ex-employer in front of your new employer. It just doesn't go down well, and makes you seem bitter, unprofessional, and they will assume that you would do similar or say similar things about them in the future if you were to move on. So be very considerate of that and answer that question in the most diplomatic way, being really real about some of the stuff your company did. But if you did hate some of the stuff, don't add your personal feelings. Just genuinely talk about the strategies they implemented. But if you did love the strategies, then definitely add your opinion. But if you hated them, please don't add your opinion. It's just so unnecessary, and it can make you look like an unprofessional employee, and you don't want that. So really consider that. So these are some of the questions that have been popping up. There are more questions that are being asked that are more around, any skills you've picked up, or there's questions around, how did you cope, and more questions around, how would you now go back to the office, and all of those kind of things. So really consider some of the new things that are happening and how that might be like brought up in the interview. But one of the key things to always remember is to be honest with yourself and honest with the company, because the reality is we spend a lot of our time at work, like a lot of time at work. So it's very important for you to be able to be yourself, have fun, and actually enjoy what you're doing. So if at any point you feel like you're having to be someone else, or you're having to lie, or you're having to change certain things, that is probably a big indicator that you shouldn't really be working for that company, or that interview isn't really for you, because you're going to spend a lot of time having to keep up that lie. So really consider that, really think about that, and otherwise you're good to go. I hope this video was useful. If you do have any questions, please put them in the comment section down below. If you have been asked any particular COVID related questions, please do let me know, because I always find it interesting to learn from other people. So please do let me know, because I absolutely love that. And as usual, like, comment, and please subscribe, because I do share a new video every Thursday very consistently. I'm quite good at it now. So please do check it out, and do share it with someone who you think this might be relevant for. Thank you. Have a nice day.